Extra time.
I'm joined by someone who knows a lot many things about how a tense India-Pakistan match is all about. I'm joined by none other than former Pakistan captain Asif Iqbal. Asif bhai, welcome to Extra Time.
Most welcome.
So Asif bhai, the big game coming up, India versus Pakistan, all tensed up. So what's your take? Means who will be the favourites going to the match?
I mean, according to the so-called pundits, India is odds-on favourite, but so was in the Champions Trophy. India was odds-on favourite, and everybody knows what the result is. So in one-day cricket, I don't think it's the team that goes into a match or in a tournament which is favourite always wins. It's the team that plays well on the day in limited over cricket, be it T20, be it 50 overs. Test cricket is a different game. So I think. And in fact, India going as favourites, more pressure on India than on Pakistan, because Pakistan is going in the match. Although confident enough, knowing that they have in the past delivered in England, they have beaten India in the finals of the Champions Trophy. But on the other hand, Indians may feel that, in a World Cup match, they have never lost a game to Pakistan. So both teams, I'm sure when they go onto the field, they know their strengths and their weaknesses. Pressure is the main thing that really keeps the player from makes them apart, and whichever team holds the pressure properly, I think will be able to deliver on the day.
If I am to ask you about three key elements that will decide the fate of the match, what will be the three key points?
Number one is luck. That's the most important one, because winning the toss is in nobody's hand. Weather conditions, everything, depending on the who wins the toss, the conditions, the pitch, everything depends on that. The decision is made whether to bat or bowl. So luck is the main, I think, consideration. Other than that, I think India, if you go category-wise, bowling department, just as good. I think Pakistan also has got just as good as India. Batting-wise, India is miles ahead. Having said that, I may be repeating myself. Sounds silly to say it, but again, on the day, if it's Pakistan's day, nobody can stop Pakistan from winning, because the way they play their cricket, and known as the most unpredictable team in the world. And I think they don't mind that tag, because as long as they win, it makes life easier for them.
Perhaps the fact that India has someone like Virat Kohli, who is just the best batsman in the modern day cricket right now, does it give India an edge over Pakistan?
Well, I don't think India depends on just Virat. There's no doubt he's an excellent player. There's no doubt he's one of the best, and as you said, number one in the world. But in a team sport, one man doesn't carry the team. You have got other players. Rohit Sharma, I think, is the most I wouldn't call him underrated, but unsung. He's an exceptional player of one-day cricket. To me, he's the number one in one-day cricket. And the others too. I mean, it's not just Rohit. Rohit is obviously the captain, so he's carrying more responsibilities on his shoulder. But yes, of course, there are others. India looks to deliver on such a key match, and Pakistan will be quite happy to see the back of Rohit. Not Rohit. I'm talking about Virat. I'm sorry. See the back of Virat as soon as possible. But there are others too that can perform.
Asif bhai, Pakistan hasn't in them in their ranks someone called Mohammad Amir, who is not going in a form of his life. Means obviously he was dropped from the side, he came back, he made a comeback, but we all know what he is capable of. He single-handedly won the match in the Champions Trophy final, getting in the early inroads. So do you say that how big a role can he play, considering that, and do you see him playing the match, all important match against India?
Yes, of course. I mean, I'll be very disappointed if he doesn't play. But the fact is that I think not many people know, since his comeback, Amir's, I think somewhere I read that about 28 to 30 catches were dropped off his bowling, which is a huge number. So, he's been unlucky, but I rate him very high. I think he's Pakistan's premium bowler. And against the West Indies, when we were shut out for 105, he's the only one who got 3 wickets, and that too very few runs he gave away. Yes, he's an important peg of the Pakistan bowling lineup, and he's got support also. I think Wahab Riaz, Hassan Ali, they can also play a good supportive role. But all in all, on paper, India is definitely going into the match as a favourite. But to me, as I said, one-day cricket, no one goes into a match as a favourite, and I hope, being a Pakistani, I'll support Pakistan, but may the best team wins.
What on the Indian bowling attack of its likes of Bumrah, Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Sami?
Amazing. I mean, Indian bowling has really come of age. I think 5 years ago, nobody ever thought that the Indian pace attack will be the best in the world. I think in the last 2 years, they have taken the highest number of wickets, the group of these three, Shami and Bumrah and the Indian fast bowlers. So it speaks a lot about Indian cricket. It's a huge plus for them.
And last couple of questions. Obviously, Dhoni will be in all probability playing his last World Cup. So just the sheer presence of MS at the back of the stumps means
Huge, and best of luck to Dhoni for his after cricket life. But his contribution, nobody can take away what he has already achieved. Huge, and he has done a great service for the country. And I'm sure every Indian and every cricketer, even as a Pakistani, I'm saying it, that we are proud of his achievements.
But then coming to Dhoni, obviously there's a news controversy that's surrounding him. He's using an army logo in his clubs.
You see, I don't think one should take it as a controversy. Dhoni didn't start this controversy. It's the media that started it. Somebody noticed. I didn't even know that there was a logo on his glove till this morning when somebody called me and said. So I think it's been made into a controversy, but I honestly believe that nobody's bigger than the game, whether it's Dhoni, whether it's anybody, I don't want to take names. If ICC has got a set of rules, if anybody breaks that rules, that has to be addressed. If there's a punishment, that punishment has to be given. And first, obviously, ICC has to tell Dhoni or the BCCI that this is breach of the rule. So kindly address it. And if they don't, then I think yes, ICC should take action.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.